一番光ってるっつうか輝いてるっつうか。俺来週レンタルするよ。
You know, it low-key baffles me that people still kind of hate on the success of Rent a Girlfriend. Like, the fact that it's gone on for like almost 40 volumes, it's gone on for like 3 seasons, it's already getting a movie adaptation, which is crazy to me, because honestly, I didn't think we would be getting this far in like the 7 years that the manga has been ongoing. Like, name me like anime romance manga that have gone on for like almost 40 consecutive volumes with like 300 chapters of pure peak and progress, banger after banger, because you got the Mami redemption arc, which was absolutely fire to see her turning a new leaf after he broke our boy Kazuya. And Kazuya, to me, is probably one of the more relatable MCs out there. I know people kind of hate on him just because that he rented Chizuru. Yeah, the first arc was a bit cringe, I will admit that, but then after he started to get to know Chizuru and after the grandma arc, the hospital arc, it really started to go uphill. You started to see more dynamic between some of the other characters, such as the Sumi arc. I really think that fleshed out Kazuya's character just a bit better. Like with him, yeah, he sure had some problems at the beginning of the story, felt a little bit inconsistent, but we got to see him grow as a character, and him renting some of the other girls was kind of a gimmick. And the fact that they added Yaimori as like another fifth love interest was kind of annoying, but at the same time, I genuinely did enjoy it. Now, I don't know if the creator of Rent a Girlfriend took some inspiration from Nisekoi with the multiple girl aspects, but the fact that they did is pretty bold, because I know most people kind of get tired of harem animes these days, but the fact that he was able to pull it off so successfully and like people still hate on it just proves my point that almost every other romance anime is incredibly mid, incredibly boring. Like, why are people doing this? I'll never understand why people hate on Rent a Peak. I honestly call Rent a Peak because it's like top 3 romance anime of all time. Kaguya-sama, Love is Mid kind of fell off after like the first arc, or I think it was like the second season after they confessed or whatever. It really all went downhill because then they started focusing on some of the other characters. Like, okay, cool, we get it. We don't really care about the other characters. We just care about Kaguya and Shirogane. When they divulged from that, it just, I don't know, the manga just kind of started to suck. And you can see that same writing in Oshinoko with the siblings like now making out. You can see where he took some inspiration with Love is Mid, because like it really went all the way downhill after they confessed to one another. They really should have ended it after their confession going on. It just felt really dragged on, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know why people do that. The people who like Love is War, I mean, good on you, but it does have a lot of cringe moments. Some of the jokes don't really work for me. I think a lot of people will agree it doesn't really work, but Rent a Peak, Rent a Girlfriend, absolutely amazing. Just the fact that we got to see Chizuru evolve from the tsundere type of character to actually becoming Kazuya's girlfriend, and the fact that Kazuya keeps renting out Chizuru just to play a facade, just to keep his grandma safe. It's pretty interesting. Like, he really wants to tell his family that he has a girlfriend, but the fact that he's gone on with this lie long enough and they actually fell for one another is pretty interesting to me to see how this dynamic is going. And when you involve some of the other characters, such as Mami's redemption arc, sure, she started off pretty bad at the beginning of this series, but towards the end it's getting up there. Now, the little love triangle that's happening between what was her name? I can't remember, between Yaimori and Sumi at the moment, without Yaimori actually realizing that she's falling in love with Kazuya. To me, it's probably one of the more fascinating aspects, and I'm really curious to see where this like arc is currently going, because like currently in the manga, Yaimori, Chizuru, and Kazuya are all living together, so it's creating this weird, awkward tension, so it's only a matter of time before something happens. But I don't know, that's just my thoughts on Rent a Peak. Like, a lot of people should really be excited for
the upcoming Rent a Girlfriend movie arc adaptation, because that to me is going to be one of the better adaptations. It's like, I don't know, it's on for 3 seasons, now they're adding like an original movie, which to me is pretty curious, and apparently they're adding a 6th girl. I don't really know how that's going to work, if I'm going to be honest, but yeah, I'm really curious what 3 seasons, upcoming movie, 40 plus volumes out, 300 chapters later, 7 years later. It is a really good series. This just proves that the series is entirely peak, and I really don't know what the future holds for the series, because, you know, like, what's going to happen? Yasumi is one of those characters that people absolutely love, people absolutely adore. There's a whole reason I have like a wall dedicated to Ren the Girlfriend, and why I have this plushie of Sumi, because she's one of the best characters in this series. How she goes from being like super shy to just embracing her like talkative, how she actually becomes like a yandere type of character. Secretly she was really a plot twist. I don't think a lot of us saw it coming, but it's gonna be explored in the adaptation, or the original film I should say, which I'm really curious to see how yandere Sumi is gonna be against this new girl. I think her name was Yashi.
April Fools.